Time check out now is 8:44 a.m. and you're still on to mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Thank you for sticking with us. It's time for us to move on now to mainland focus, and that's the part where we highlight one or two major stories that have trended on the front pages of the papers, and we highlight the angles that would like you to look at as regards what we're trying to get out from these focal points. My name still remains Omobola Sandra. I still have Fuad Sahid with me as well. So the two stories we're taking our stories on the front page of the Punch. News's birth in Lagos. This time, what's the situation of fuel supply dependent marketers and other ports in the country at this time? So, but then tell us the situation of fuel supply in your area, and where have you been buying fuel? At the major marketers, or from the major marketers, or independent marketers? I don't want to have to start mentioning, but I'm sure, I trust that we know the major marketers, one of which is of course the NNPC. And then you have the independent marketers, which the named ones or the customized ones, let me put it that way. So where have you been buying fuel, and how much have you been buying fuel, and what do you think we can do to end the idea of reoccurring fuel scarcity in the country? For us, it has gotten to a point where whenever it wants to happen, the NNPC just come forward, or the Ministry of Petroleum just come forward and say, for the next 2 weeks, there's going to be fuel scarcity due to logistics, because we're trying to berth, petrol vessels at the port. So for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be a bit, tight. So please, to be forewarned is to be forearmed, basically. And all of this, if only we are just working with our refineries, either the Warri or the Port Harcourt or the Kaduna, whichever refinery that is working, or even the Dangote refinery. If we have these refineries working, we won't be having to wait for vessels to berth at ports. We won't have to wait for vessels after berthing. Then we now have to start offloading and then transporting to depots, and then now still transporting downstream. So these are the issues. But then let's work with what we have for now. What exactly is the situation, and how optimistic are you hearing this news that petrol vessels have berthed in Lagos and other ports of the country? That's the report that we're getting now. 16 vessels will berth at different terminals in Lagos. That's coming from the Nigerian Ports Authority, and that many petrol depots will be getting fuels from these vessels. That's the first focal point, the fuel scarcity conversation. That is the first. The second, of course, is as regards the hardship protest conversation, and that is coming from this report that we have here. Address Nigerians, reshuffle cabinet to stave off protests. And that's coming from ex-SGF to the president. And we have riders to that particular story. Abbas pleads for stay of action. That's the Speaker of the House of Reps, Tajuddin Abbas, insisting Tinubu will resolve matters. Nigeria is a thinking government, not a bad government, says presidency. Organizers reject IGP's proposal of confined protests and court restrict protesters in Lagos to freedom and peace parks. But then, if the president wishes to stave off the planned nationwide protest against hunger, which begins tomorrow, he stands a good chance by urgently addressing the nation, outlining immediate and long-term measures to surmount the current economic quagmire, and reshuffling his cabinet to include a mix of technocrats and politicians. This is coming from Babachir Lawal, a former secretary to the government of the Federation, when he was giving this advice in a statement yesterday. He also said the president should come up with persuasive arguments intended to placate angry and hungry citizens. He said, and I quote, under the current climate, Nigerians cannot be intimidated by this government, nor do they respect it. So, avoid the macho tough talk. In the proposed address to the nation, enumerate concrete and believable government policies intended to address current challenges on an immediate, medium, and long-term basis. And on the call, as regards the technocrat politician in the cabinet conversation, he said, politicians are more adept at communicating with the people, and they have more stakes in government success or failure. So he said, and I quote, these Lagos technocrats who now feel the ministries, departments, and agencies lack knowledge of Nigeria's workings. The majority of them are rude, inaccessible, and clannish. That's what he said. I'm quoting him now. Okay, saying that the president needs to purposefully address the excessive nepotism in his government, noting that the Southwest dominates this government excessively and obnoxiously. He said quite a lot. It's a very, very interesting read. You may want to dig deeper into it. It's on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. But then, what do you make of his statements and his advice to the president? Do you agree that the president should address Nigerians and reshuffle his cabinet? What more would you advise the president to do now to avert the protest or address the demands of the would-be protesters? There are so many people who have come forth, to say quite a lot. The Speaker of the House of Reps, Dr. Abbas Tajuddin, has pleaded with those behind the planned protest to shelve the action, and he assured them that the President Tinubu administration is not relenting in its effort to bring succor to the citizens. Then, against the backdrop, do you think at this time now the president needs to address the nation? And not just address the nation, but Bashir Lawal is saying that he should use persuasive, words, not just, persuasive arguments to placate the people, and also things that policies and measures, immediate, mid-term and long-term policies and measures that are being put in place to address the challenges that have been pushed forward by the organizers of the protest. So let's have a conversation as regards this. I'll start with Fuhad, and then we open the phone line.
Well, okay. On the issue of the first car, I've shared my own experience. I think in the last 1 week, I've been buying at 850 naira per liter because I have to work with the small filling stations. Of course, maybe almost at the bottom of the value chain, which are the smaller independent marketers. They have the product, but I assume that they are buying at maybe the third tier or the fourth tier of the market, fourth level of the market. They have to buy, somebody buys, sells to somebody, and then they have to get. So I keep buying at 650 naira per liter, which is painful for me, really. Because again, at 650 naira per liter, if you're going to be doing a fill-up, which a lot of Nigerians cannot even do now, probably I'll be looking at over 40,000 naira to fill up your vehicle. And that would only take you, if you're somebody that moves around, really. It will take you like maybe average of 3 to 4 days, maximum 5 days, depending on the vehicle weight and the fuel efficiency of the vehicle you drive. You understand? So, but that's been the story of Nigerians, and I think that again, like you rightly said, the reason why we're in this mess, or we keep having to suffer this needless shortage of petroleum products, is because we don't have functional refineries. Now that we have the Dangote refinery, I thought that we would have been able to do enough to supply crude oil to him, and then of course work very hard to fix other refineries, allow for other modular refineries to come upstream, give them the needed support so that we can have product, sufficiency locally, and even begin to look at how to export petroleum products. Military told us as far back as last year that this year Nigeria was going to be the net exporter of petroleum products, not crude oil. It's a country that wants to be the net exporter of petroleum products cannot even solve its own petroleum needs locally. How then do you now begin to think of export when your own local needs have not been able to deal with it? So I think that the commitment to solving this problem is questionable, especially on the part of the government and our officials at the level of the oil sector. And that's why I keep saying that, look, I think these guys have overstayed their welcome. We need fresh hands, we need fresh ideas, and new commitment to fixing the problem in the oil sector. For Babachir Lawal, who is advising the government the president to address Nigeria, I think exactly on this same day, 1 year ago, at the height of this rising price of food, hunger, and what have you, the president addressed the nation. Remember, he came in May, and in July 31st, I think this same day, 1 year ago, he addressed the nation, saying all manner of things and giving all manner of promises on how to address the issue of rising food prices and what have you. 1 year down the line, Sandra, for people who can recollect what I'm saying, a lot of the things the president said as promises to addressing these challenges has not happened. None of those interventions have been able to have come to fruition practically. So it's not about addressing the nation, Sandra, because we are good with speeches, we are good with addressing. I'm sure the president has brilliant minds there to put a lot of words together to excite the people. No, it's not about coming to talk to people to excite them. We are saying that, look, let us see serious commitment from the government to addressing the needs of the people, especially when it comes to hunger and hardship in the land. You understand what I'm saying? Again, Babachala now veered up the real issues when he started talking about ethnicity. There are too many Southwest people in the government. They are not accessible. Why does he want to assess them? When he was there, was he assessing it? He himself that he was talking. And that was why I said, do you remember the man that is talking? You know, when they are outside of government, they have a different idea of how to run government. But when they are there, they do something completely different. He served under the Buhari government, and we know what they did. He took the vice president when he took charge of the government temporarily to deal with Babachala, who have become so problematic in the Buhari government. So now he's talking about Lagos boys. That's the way they come up with all manner of narratives to confuse us and distract us from the real issue. If he wants to talk about the protest and what the government should do, he should stay on it. So I think there's a lot that the president can do. I think they're already talking about import duty waivers for food, rice, and whatever. The customs announced that yesterday. That's a welcome development. I'm also thinking that we can begin to look at partial subsidy introduction for petroleum products. The one that we are doing now is not official. I think that if the president can bring down the price of temporarily until we are able to fix all our refineries, ramp up crude oil production to maybe over 2 million barrels, ensure that we give all the needed support and crude oil to Dangote refinery, so that when we have product sufficiency, we cannot begin to tinker with petroleum pricing and then begin to talk about cost effective, and then we can even introduce some form of subsidy again. It will be well managed at that time. But there's still a lot that the government can do. And I agree again that look, it should be persuasive in their language. And we should beg our police authority, as they are going after those they call protesters who want to cause trouble, they should also go after those people who are protesting against a protest with very disturbing rhetoric.
Thank you.
Look at Asari Dokibe on TV saying, if you come with your protest, you can collect water. Those are the people that want to foment trouble. The police should also go after those ones too. We've seen people who are protesting saying that if you protest, you will die. Those people are also trying to foment trouble. We should also go after them. We want if the protest was happening, it must be peaceful, and that's why the police must do its job.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Said Fuad. Appreciate you sharing your own contribution as regards the focal points for this morning. The phone line is officially open, 0913 6000 410. 0913 6000 410. That is the number to call. For WhatsApp, it's 0913 6000 430. 0913 6000 430. That is the number to send your WhatsApp messages to. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, so you can join the program on those platforms as well. We had some messages from Trends in the Papers. I'll take them in addendum to the messages that we'll be having for Mainland Focus. All right, we have just 2 minutes. Please, let's stick within the 2 minutes time frame that's allotted to each caller. We would really appreciate if we can respect the time frame so we can take as many contributions as possible. Thank you for joining us. This is Mila 98.3 FM. Time check is 8:58 a.m. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Mr. Austin calling from Ifo in Ogun State.
Mr. Austin.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Those people that are calling that we should not go on strike, do they go to market at all? Do they know the price of tuber of yam or even tomatoes? Now that people are crying out, they want to disturb them. I pray that the country will not break by this period. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Austin. Just had to chip in his own question.
Hello, Sandra.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning. John from Mogba. Good morning for us. Why I said so many things, which is to me is commendable. Now, the idea of Babachala saying that they're bringing kind of a nepotism into the issue that is happening now, yes, it's not acceptable. No government will come there that will not bring its people. But bringing your people, are they capable hands? That is what you should have dwelt on. Don't spoke about that. Their inefficiency, clowning and all that. Well, that's a very derogatory word. But then, capability, no. Honestly, if you ask me, Sandra, you look at the time of Okonjo-Iweala, Laura Akunlele of this world, and the people of Basojo, the minister of Basojo, you can see how they were technocrats of the highest level. Are you with me? So that is what we are expecting, but to say that one is no. Then about the protest, what Baba has just done about removing import duties on rice and other commodities, fine, just like what I said, fine, but then he can still do more. And why did he have to wait up to this time? Sandra, are you there?
Yes, I'm with you, Mr. John.
Why has he waited up till this minute now? And like what I said, addressing the issue, let him take pragmatic steps in addressing some of the issues. Let Baba be able to go to farm and then reduce the price of petrol. So you see that all this tension will die down. Then come out with long-term solutions again. In addressing that, take pragmatic steps. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution, Mr. John. Hello. Strike while it's hot.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. My name is Samuel. I'm calling from the Ketu office.
You're calling from?
Concerning Ketu.
Ketu.
Are you hearing me?
I can hear you. Please go on.
Okay. Concerning someone that is asking Mr. President to address the nation, well, I'm not against that, but he has nothing to offer. All what he will be telling us is that he has increased the minimum wage of the worker. Like the president saying that he has told we can put something on top of it. Look at the caliber of people. Look at their level of intelligence. That they are double minimum wage. If you want to address anything, it should be addressing fundamental issues like the cost of inflation, like the extortion, insecurity, those things that we bring food onto the table of Nigerians. It should be addressing overbloated cabinet. Let me draw your attention to something. When its regime was about 1 year, we started hearing about scorecards. What happened at the end of the day? I mentioned that in fact. For example, if this man was not caught dead, the woman that served as minister that did not stand up to 5 months, she has started stealing Nigeria's own. If she had not been caught, she will have remained in this cabinet. It should be addressing fundamental issue, corruption. What to be feeding us with life? As a matter of fact, I'm sorry to say, the man himself has said that he lacks integrity. He doesn't do things in a dignified manner. He lacks integrity to occupy that position. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts, Mr. Samuel. I appreciate that. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Sandra.
Yes, you're welcome. Hello? Hello?
Okay, no worries.
Hello? Prince Wise, I've greeted you like 5 times. Prince Wise. I have greeted you, Prince Wise. Please go. You're welcome.
This morning, I think because this thing, they say no more custom duty, no more taxes. Yes, our business is bring food into the country. Bring food down now and let Nigeria just for temporary, because I'm advocating for the Canadian family. Because I know we can feed ourselves. This is a protest we are talking about. I think for me, I have been protesting on the radio, on the page of Facebook, and even though if nobody comes out tomorrow, I'm telling you, those who plan for this, they've already succeed. Look at Mr. Friend telling us 40,000 naira a bag of price. Only what I'm asking them, you tell us the location where we going to buy. The state governor, they should wake up at where? What are they doing? Let them go back to the land, mechanizing farming, farm assessment. If we don't ever put news there, I think it's just to say now. So for me, and when we are talking of subsidy taking away all the farm back to old news, I don't think it can happen. Because the money they are making for removal of subsidy, if they spend it for Nigeria, if they spend it for development of this country, Nigeria will be growing. So for me, Mr. President, this 5 month or 6 month importation of food is okay by me. Extravagant spending should be stopped. Half salary, they can introduce it. No, go on television to address Nigeria. This protest alone is everywhere. It's a racist issue. Only implementation remains for Mr. President to do. When you are giving 20 law of rights to the state, I disagree. The best of parliament palliative today is to back forces to for all the states in the country. Like pay for the local government. Right. I'm telling you, it's a circulatory. We know how to do it, and Mr. President know how to do it. He must do it, and you must do it for us. Sandra, between that.
No.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Prince Wise. Appreciate your contribution sincerely. All right, let's take some WhatsApp messages. It's 9:05 at this time, and it's still Mainland 98.3 FM. I have here. Good morning. I hate the idea of defensive approach of the federal government. The reality lies that there is hunger in the land, and protest threats have been given for almost a month now. How will rice and other essential food come into the country? When? From now. The defensive threat by SSA, ZIG and other groups made people to be more aggressive, as if governments have their own market. People are hungry. And that's Ifeanyi from Asheshi sharing that one. I also have here Steve Ikelu from Maryland saying good morning. On the protest, over 300 army and other security operatives are in Eagle Square now just to avert looming protest. If these combined armed forces are sent to Sambisa for a while, won't the activities of kidnappers and bandits ravaging our country be a thing of the past? Honestly, Nigeria is a big joke. May God help this nation. And that's Steve Ikelu from Maryland sharing that one. I also have here, good morning. This is to answer your questions about what to do to curb petrol scarcity. The National Assembly should enact an act to criminalize and sack any extinct board of the NNPCL should there be any scarcity of PMS, kerosene, diesel, gas for local consumption. The bill should be initiated by the MD and the board of the NNPCL as a condition for securing their appointments. Look, the solution is not even building new refinery, public or private. Neither is it in making refineries to work. Such calls are prone to sabotage in this climb. The sale of crude in Naira will not crash prices, rather it will worsen prices. Artificial scarcity will be created to cause negative effects. The NNPC will rather fulfill their obligations, their contracts with RUCs, and their licenses of oil marketers, and these contracts are legal. Except these legal contracts are also tinkered with, this decision will be another insincere policy of the APC government since 2015. Tochukwu Adeli Thompson from Obanikoro sharing that one. Okay. I also have here good morning to you on this wonderful day. I am Michael from Alimosho. I want to pay tribute to the golden voice of Onyeka Onwenu. Her life and music has changed and impacted and has given Nigeria a name and placed Nigeria on the map of great countries that have produced great men and women in the world music scene. Secondly, let no one tag this. It's all right. Thank you, Brainland, for bringing this platform to us. And that is Michael from Alimosho sharing his own. I'm currently on WhatsApp taking messages, so I'll come to Facebook very soon. But also still on WhatsApp, I have good morning, Sandra and Fuad. Honestly, our dearest Fuad Said has said it. Nigeria is a very funny country. Nigerians are preparing for a peaceful protest, but Nigeria's security men are preparing for war by all this showing of power and ammunition. I can't even believe we have all these police and military vehicles and materials and we're still battling with terrorism. This government wants to go give Nigerians food and still point God to their forehead. Who is fooling who? On full scarcity, I still strongly believe that this government is just fooling Nigerians. Until we remove and expose all the ghosts and spirits in the oil sector, we will never make any headway as a country. God bless us. And that's Damilola from Alaba sharing that one. I also have here Henry from GRA. Good morning. My contribution is we should all go out and protest peacefully without destroying properties. We all love this country, Nigeria, and we want the best of it. I can't imagine my own country. I can't afford 3 square meals a day. And some people say I'm not allowed to protest for a better tomorrow. My name is Henry from GRA. Let's go back to the phone line. 0913 6000 410. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Sandra.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I hope you are hearing me.
Clearly. Good morning.
Thank you. Yes, on the issue of petroleum, my advice to the president, all the group directors of NNPC, they should be all removed. You see, they are the ones sabotaging the efforts of this country, especially on petroleum aspect. If President Tinubu wants to sleep with his two eyes, he should remove all the body. What is it called? All of them. You understand? Because they are the one killing the effort of the government. So without that, we are still going to have this issue. And also, let me just give a kind of kudos to him on what he did to Dangote, and I hope that next month we shall see a kind of reflection in terms of reduction of petroleum, price, and then in terms of, and at the same time availability. On the issue of the former secretary to the government, Lawal.
Babajir.
Yes, Sakia Lawal, or what do they call it? Now, on the issue of nepotism he's talking about, he should bury his mouth. You understand? If I have to, don't know what that is to even mention it. I remember vividly, it's part of the last regime. When Nigeria is talking about nepotism of President Muhammadu Buhari, he's there, he's part of it. So that's why I say to bury his mouth. All we are, our whole appeal to the government, to President Tinubu, is that, look, Nigeria we want our country to be palatable. We want to boast of our country. It should do the needful. All this palliative is not necessary. We have to continue to shout. Let him do the needful. Good enough, giving a clearance for import removal of commodities is part of it. But security for our farmers is one of the main issue. We keep on improve the strength of the Nigerian police, improve the strength of the army, and give a law. Whoever the herdsman that is disturbing farmers, they should be get arrested. Do that kind of a thing and make our refinery work. That is the bottom line. On the issue of protest, people should abide with the condition of the government. No, we don't want our country to be destroyed. We don't want us to be like Kenya. Have a nice day.
And you as well. Thank you very much, Alhaji Super. Appreciate your contribution. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
My name is JᴏɪＲ calling from Ikeja.
You're welcome.
Yes, I would want to register that people complaining about Tinubu not firing people. Tinubu will not do anything that will truncate his second term agenda. That is what people should realize. He knows at this time the North is against him, so he would not want to touch anything from the North. So he's going to look until he wins the second term bid. That's my contribution. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I think I need to take Tababachi's statement again. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, my sister. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Mr. Sunday. I'm calling from Ikeja.
All right.
You see, let us not get ourselves confused on issue on ground. The government who came in initially, he said it. He said he will continue from where Buhari stopped. And if you look at the antecedent of Buhari, there was no record. There's nothing to show for Nigeria. And this man has spent more than a year and few months there now. How much was the expenditure this present government has spent? About 21 point something trillion for just 1 year. And of recent, they are still budgeting another money. So if you look at only 1 year Buhari spent, this money has covered almost what Buhari spent in a year. Now talk of the let's say full tenure of Buhari. If this man should be there for full tenure for 4 years, what will become our capital expenditure? So it baffles me that these people will come to sit and they will not know what to do, and they will promise us and they end up in bringing security to come and fight Nigerians. And we have Boko Haram who are fighting us. We have terrorism who are fighting us in bush. They didn't allow us to farm. And somebody is bringing security, and the level of security I'm even seeing is quite. I can't even describe it. I never knew that there is a security in Nigeria like this. And somebody is sitting somewhere and doing what he's doing. How will you take a government ransom as a personal business? It's quite unfortunate. I don't think I agree with this government. And if Nigerians
decide to go and protest, let them go and protest. It's just the best way to just let our anger off the neck.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sunday. Appreciate. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Fᴜᴜ Johnson from Maryland.
All right, Mr. Johnson. Good morning. You're welcome.
Yeah. Concerning the protest,
Yes.
these Nigerians, everybody has been spoken. We are going out for peace. We are not going out to fight. Please, don't attack anybody. But let us tell Nigerian government, since we have all these military people, I personally ask them that if you predict that there will be violence, we have navy, we have military, we have civil defense. Let us bring them out. They are Nigerians also. Let them be everywhere in the whole nation, so that when those hijackers come out, they will stop them. But they can never stop Nigerians to protest. It is impossible. It is impossible. It is impossible. We must protest. They should protect us. Let's go there tomorrow. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you as well. Appreciate your contribution. You're welcome to the studio for.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Yes. Good morning.
My name is Ralph, calling from Salt Lake Town.
You're welcome, Mr. Ralph.
Everything is funny to me. God forbid, we're not even using Buhari as an example that who did well. Okay, now whenever we're talking of don't protest, protest is not the solution. Please, what is the solution? We keep on calling here since 8 years of Buhari. We are calling, they're hearing our voices. The moment we want to protest, they're all coming out, saying all this. But the most annoying thing is like all the traditional rulers coming to threat people with their juju. Has it gotten to that level? I want to protest. Those people that are going around protest are already protesting. There was no violence. But when I come out to protest, they will hijack. Which means they know what is going on there. Somebody like Asarit Okobo should be the one they should arrest by now. Some of these people are coming out to talk. During the election, it's unfortunate nobody even talk about the election side. What happened to the election is even equivalent to what happened during that NSAS we're talking about. But nobody talk about that election. Asarit Okobo came out with a gun with his boys. 30 people put in the Abuja with the gun. Nothing happened up to now. Other groups in Lagos also moved with the gun. Nothing happened up to them. Nobody was arrested. But what do we want to do now? People are hijacking it. Let's get ourselves through and stop supporting this government for the care of our futures. God bless you, sir.
Amen. And you as well. Thank you very much. Yes, appreciate. Well, it's 17 minutes past 9, and this is Mainland 98.3 FM. And we're having a conversation around the fuel crisis situation in the country at this time, and also Babachir Lawal, former SGF, telling the president to address Nigerians and also reshuffle his cabinet with a mix of technocrats and politicians, saying the politicians know how best to communicate with the people, and the technocrats, they have the wherewithal, the experience and the expertise to handle certain ministries, departments and agencies. And also as regards fuel scarcity, that's what we're having a conversation around this morning. Let's take some messages from Facebook. I have here from Trends on the Papers. We had quite a number of messages. We had Shonaike Yusuf Finiki. The security agencies are so effective and efficient to handle protests now. The government supporters will be happy that this is happening. Kidnapping, banditry and other security issues continue, then police will be nowhere to be found. Sorry for my country. All right. We also have here on WhatsApp. All right. Good morning. My name is Bolaji from Ijoko. There are many Asari Dokupu with Mr. President. The police and other security operators should go after them. Let Mr. Egbetokun arrest them, not the protesters who are planning a peaceful protest. Let Mr. Bayo Onanuga react to the threats of Dokupu and leave ordinary people out of this. All right. We also have, please, where can someone get that 40,000 naira rice? And where can someone get fuel? It's your man from Abulegba. We're asking that same question because if I know where it is, I'll probably go there right now.
40,000 naira rice.
40,000 naira.
You don't need it.
Why?
Do you need it?
Why?
It says for the poorest of the poor, the most vulnerable.
That looks like I'm not vulnerable.
I don't know. I think you don't need.
It's not by fato. Let's be very circumspect.
The reality is, if the government is not the one selling rice, there's a problem somewhere.
Maybe the government is selling the rice.
Who will sell it? They said the rice is now available.
Where?
We don't know.
We don't know now.
So
where is it?
Well, maybe still in warehouse somewhere. It will come out.
That's the thing with some certainty. I'll tell you, if it's Ogun State now, we will know where the rice is.
I think the government should do other things, really, not this idea of trying to subsidize rice for people.
All right. We also have here, Nigerian government and security agencies have been notified of this hunger protest far before now. But what we are seeing now looks like they are more interested in stopping people who want to express their views than to address the issues enumerated. Since their demand seems like falling on deaf ears, they should allow the hungry to express their minds peacefully, as the intended protesters gave the anti-hunger protesters till now. Please let them be cautious and do the right thing by securing the protesters from the anti-protesters organized by enemies of the country, and make sure they put the state and non-state actors who have been threatened in check. Chika Bende from Trade Fair Lagos. On Facebook, as I mentioned earlier, we also have here Abimbola Ayinde is saying, good morning. Why is the government afraid of protest when their supporters protested against the Naira redesign, claiming it was targeted against Tinibu's presidential bid? Did anyone hijack it? Some of the APC governors even supported it, and it was peaceful. This shows that the current APC government has politicized protests. If the protests are against them, they turn violent, and if they support them, they remain peaceful. This indicates that the people in government are responsible for the outcomes of protests. The decision to make a protest peaceful or violent is in their hands. And that's Abimbola Ayinde, sharing that one. I also have here on Facebook, Chris Enwellen. Good morning. Tinibu should send all the soldiers currently occupying Eagle Square, Abuja, to Sambisa and the locations where terrorists are collecting tax from farmers, and send the terrorists out of those locations. We need food security. Nigerians are hungry, like the president, while the presidency and the legislators are living in sheer opulence. This is absurd. I also have here Alabama Ade. Must they have to wait for protest before they start making changes? All right. I also have here James Ogbona on Facebook. Sandra and Distinguished Fuad, I greet you sanctimoniously. I want Mr. Fuad to also add this to what he has already said on the focal point. I don't know if you saw one disturbing threat on one platform they call Lagospedia. The post has been viewed by more than 900,000 viewers. They called it, I don't know if I should say this, but they're asking all Igbos to leave Lagos and all southwest states along with all their businesses back.
It's very unfortunate, really. We've been, again, that's on social media, although we've also seen some videos of people making the same threats against a particular tribe, and it's really very unfortunate.
I don't understand. Does hunger recognize tribe?
These are deranged minds.
That's crazy.
These are just deranged minds. These are people.
Let's stay away
who
from
have lost it completely.
Ethnic colorization, or trying.
There's no even electricity to suffering, Sandra. That's why I'm surprised that people cannot even think.
The Yoruba people suffer differently from you.
The same market, the same. This also, it's not even about the Yoruba. You see, politicians have a way of just dividing us. They come up with these rhetorics. They keep deceiving the people. And unfortunately, the people that are suffering are the ones that are not able to ventilate this very ridiculous idea, which is unfortunate.
Let's stay away from that. I've denounced that. We have nothing to say.
The funny thing.
Let's stay away from it.
A lot of them who are emergency Lagosians, I just laugh. They are not more Lagos than myself. We are all Lagosians. I'm a son of the soil, and they don't love Lagos more than me. And whether we like it or not, that's the beauty of Lagos, the diversity. It's why Lagos is Lagos. That's
why Lagos is Lagos, actually. But it's fine. I'm not a Lagosian, but I've been
Lagosian by overstaying your time here with us.
Born, bred, and buttered here in Lagos, and I don't understand.
And the constitution even gives every Nigerian the right to go anywhere, to set up businesses, to live.
If only the NYC is what it was established for. Is actually we won't be having.
And the funny thing is that when these politicians are doing their sharing public funds, there's no ethnicity in their conversation. They are all together doing
tokens and prayers.
Everybody, they will not say you are Igbo, you are Yoruba, you will not get it. Everybody gets it. But when it comes to hunger, the Nigerians that are suffering will not be the ones disturbing themselves with all
right, thank you very much, Fuad. Still on Facebook, I have Law Uba saying good morning. With respect to the proposed protest, I see a contradiction by Mr. President to his belief in human rights, who has protested all his life. He should address the security agencies on the way to go in enforcing law. And those who are opposed to the protest have the right not to protest, but they should stop threatening the would-be protesters, because our rights to do so, according to Section 40 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended. All right. I also have Joshua from Oregon. Sandra, I never knew we had security capacity in this country till today. Come to Ikeja, to Oregon, see security checkpoints. So all this while, we have been complaining about insecurity. Where have they been? About the protest, let the president come out and tell us his plans than threatening people up and down. All right, let's go back to the phone line. 0913 6000 410. That is the number to call. For WhatsApp, it's 0913 6000 430. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Yes.
Good morning, my other forward.
Good morning, sir.
My point on what Baba Kera was. Okay, my name is Mr. James calling from Agbado Junction.
You're welcome, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, for me, it's pointless saying that maybe pick people from some section of the country. My point is that the people that are picked, are they giving out what they are appointed for? If they are delivering, there is no problem. Because that is just my point. I don't know why people are always trying to criticize or bring the issue of ethnic correlation when a matter is going on. Yes, if you say you should use a persuasive language to address the would-be protesters, yeah, I agree with him. But the issue of picking people from a section and hitting his argument on it, for me, I see no point on that. Now, on the area of protest, what I will ask, why did the government have all these ideas and they hid it, and people have been clamoring and crying for hunger? They care not to do anything about it until this very minute when the people threaten with protest. Then why is now protest become a problem to them? Because I know it's the right of every Nigerian, and protest normally protesters, they don't go about destroying things. We know the set of people who goes about destroying things, which you and I know. All these things that become so common and rampant when APC took over government. But when they are on the other side, that is opposition, they go out protest, nobody troubles them. But I don't know why they find it difficult to allow people to express themselves. People are hungry and they want to express themselves. They don't now want to give people the platform to do so. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution, Mr. James. 0913 6000 410. I have here. Okay. Hello.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Nicola.
You're welcome, sir.
Mr. Fuad, good morning.
Good morning.
I only want to clear something. People are calling because of the nepotism argument. See, the fact that somebody did it, I mean, why did it? And now that because it's not your button, that is the baseless argument. Yes, I want people to just stop all this ethnic coloration on things. That is what is killing this country. You can't just talk to matters without adding any nonsense ethnic coloration. It's annoying. Somebody did it and you still want your own turn. It's not your own turn. You do not believe that you should do it in your own turn too. Please let us stop it. It is wrong. It is wrong. Once and for all. That is what is killing this nation. We can't talk straight. But people will just go and bring one argument, one basic argument, and because it's happening, then just let's talk to the issue and presently. Somebody has done it in the past and it is wrong. What is wrong is wrong. Don't give any kind of excuse to it. That is one. Then concerning the protest, I'm even so surprised that we have this kind of security network in this nation. Somebody will just rise up in the day and will just wake up that we have this kind of. So maybe they have withdrawn the ones from our stars and all these people. They now see them on the street so that they should come and threaten people that want to ask for their rights. That's why we are claiming we are practicing democracy in this country. What is the difference between democracy and the military regime now? That is what we are saying. You should check the kind of democracy you are practicing. What you are practicing in this country is no longer democracy. God bless this nation.
Amen. Thank you very much. I think I'd also like to reiterate, the focal points of the day. The focus is not the statement of Babachir as regards nepotism. The focus is as regards his call for the president to reshuffle his cabinet to have a mix of technocrats and politicians, saying that politicians are more adept at communicating with the people and they have more stakes in government successes and failures. And of course, that's as regards, surmounting the current economic quagmire that we have found ourselves in current time. And also the need or the call for the president to address the people, urgently address the nation, outlining immediate and long-term measures. He said, under the current climate, Nigerians cannot be intimidated by this government, nor do they respect it. So to avoid the macho tough talk, address the nation, enumerate concrete and believable government policies intended to address current challenges on medium, immediate, and long-term basis. So that is what we're looking at, and the angle we're looking at it from, we're asking, what do you make of this statement? An urgent need for him to reshuffle his cabinet. Somebody mentioned, one of our callers mentioned just now that when we were doing the 1 year anniversary of the president, there was the scorecard performance where all the ministers had to come forward to give their performance, highlight their key performance indicators in the past 1 year. What exactly was the result of that particular one? So let's look at that. And do you agree that the president should address the nation and reshuffle his cabinet? And what more would you advise the president to do now to avert the protests or to address the demands of the would-be protesters, and also the fuel scarcity conversation? So let's stay within the confines of the angles that we have put out. Thank you very much. 0913-6000-410. I have Kunume from Ketu saying, Asari Dokubo, if the media had their way, is a man who should be put in the dark and ignored completely. He has no integrity and does nothing but stomach campaign. He's cashing out by his, no doubt, but soon a leader who is not ready to utilize the energy of miscreants to further their obnoxious ambition will come to power. In a news item I read on social media yesterday, Sunday Igboho denied opposing the proposed protest. He said that his concern was the realization of his desire for a separate Yoruba nation and has not spoken about protest. The question now is, who wrote the strong statement opposing the protest and attributed it to Sunday Igboho? Would it be wrong for me to say that the government officials were responsible for? Well, Kunume from Ketu, Sunday Igboho said that anything that has to do with any other protest that does not have to do with Yoruba nation protest, he is not a part of it. So in one way or the other, we're saying the same thing, or what you read is also the same thing. That's what he said, that he's not supporting any protest that does not involve a Yoruba nation or Yoruba separation
it's as good as saying
protest.
It's a no.
So exactly. So it's basically almost the same thing. Anyway, so I hope that clears that on that. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Candolina.
You see, I don't support the call for the president to make any address to the nation, because I don't think he has anything to tell us. He doesn't have anything to tell us. Is he going to tell us, like Akpabio said, that they are sharing 50,000 to Niger Delta youth? And I know that's a pure lie. Mm-hmm. There's no Niger Delta youth that has claimed that they have given him any money. Or is he going to tell us about the 40,000 naira right? Sandra,
I'm with you.
You see that some of their supporters, their strong supporters, are calling and they are telling you that they have not seen the where they are selling the rice. So the worst thing that can happen to you is that when your supporters are even doubting you, which means you don't even have support. Your supporters have not seen the right. So how much less some of us? me and Fᴏᴜ. You understand? So please, I don't want the president to make any thing. There's nothing he wants to tell us. And there's nothing there's nothing that will say that even if supporters don't believe him again, they will only call you and bless your management.
Okay.
That's all. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. All right. Hello. Good morning.
Unless a troublemaker.
I'm just.
Hello.
Well, we're struggling to hear you, sir.
Yeah, the line is very, very bad.
The quality of the call is really, really poor. So I would suggest you call back.
Okay.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rafuad.
Morning, sir.
Rafuad. On top of all this country. You get president.
What is your name?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Get president.
We have a president, a democratically elected president. So let's move on from that. It's 9:35 a.m. and this is Mainland 98.3 FM. All right, and it's been quite an interesting run. We have about 10 minutes to go on the show. I'll take this message here. Oluchukwu Igwebuike from Alaba. The situation of things now may not have been caused by Mr. President, but he promised to solve it. And more than a year down the line, things have gone worse. So what must we do? The president should focus on building structures because all the giveaway as palliative is a waste of time and resources. It will still be stolen. The structure is to reduce cost of governance and corruption, will save us half money wasted, e.g. customs and oil sector. Secondly, get the people that know the job to do it. Lastly, listen to the people. That is that from Oluchukwu Igwebuike, sharing that one from Facebook. I also have here Andrew from Yaba. I feel this crude oil back and forth is deeper than we think. How come since all these years Nigerian refineries couldn't function and private refineries can? Now I've been reading about a certain refinery in Malta. The president's family active in the oil sector. Nigerians are not sleeping, now asking questions and investigating. I feel now Nigerians are waking up and are becoming more aware. But the thing is, some people, in spite of still seeing glaring facts of sufferings, they are still in support of this government. These same people in government have there from onset knowing what exactly, and they obviously know the solution. Why are they always excuses and taking Nigerians for a fool, as if they are doing Nigerians a favor with the palliatives? It's a shame. The Western countries are just laughing at us. Are they going to take this looted money to heaven? God is still on the throne. And that is Andrew from Yaba sharing that one. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Lady Sandra.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. See,
Your name and location. We know you. Let others know you too.
Yes, sir. This is Keke Joshua calling from Abuja.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. You spoke my mind this morning, because one, with all these agitations and conditions, I don't see this protest. Of course, this protest has succeeded in a way because one, who would have imagined that even without the protest, the government can be under
this way, under pressure.
I'm telling you, Ogafwad, calling all the first class of bars and even the second class of bar politicians running up and down under pressure. And without the protest, if I would advise, I would have advised the faceless organizer of this protest to just see a protest is coming up. I'm very certain a protest is coming, and that protest, it will be unplanned. It will just come up naturally. You see the way people reacted to MTN business. You just drop people like people's land. People want to do business there. This is just, it was frustrating. People just reacted in a way, and that is in their own way. A little thing will come up in this country here is not taking that. All these particular planned protests, I'm not sure it will go, but we have succeeded in a way that to put the government under pressure. Just that my only prayer now is you said someone is stealing money, you collected the opportunity from him and give it to another person.
Right.
Someone is stealing our money through subsidy and you are giving it back to thieves, governors. We're not going anywhere with this thing.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Gege Joshua, for your contribution. I appreciate. All right, let's wrap things up now. We have quite a number of messages here on Facebook. We have, I'm going up. Yes, I'm going up. Kayode Owade on Facebook is saying it's obvious our leaders are absolutely nothing to offer, and that's why they usually come up with bad policies that is detrimental to our society, and that's Coyote. I also have Chika Bende from Trade Fair. Nigeria government and security agencies, I think I've taken that already from WhatsApp, so thank you very much. I also have here Anatoye Temitakwe Michael. It's unfortunate that from one administration to another, Nigerians are still facing fuel scarcity in an oil-producing country where the political leaders have refused or failed to build one or repair the 4 national refineries that keeps putting Nigerians in this terrible situation. Palm fuel price in my area is 950 naira from private marketers because some of the few NNPC is not selling, probably because there's no supply. Does this show that Nigeria will be the highest exporter of refined fuel at the end of the year? It's quite sad. On Babachi's advice that the president should address the nation is good. What Nigerians are expecting to see is action. A situation where protests have not started, but different statements and comments intimidating intending protesters is absolutely wrong and should be curbed so that the citizens, according to the rights given by the Constitution, can have a peaceful protest and be protected by security agencies. Temitakwe Onotoye from Ijagemo community sharing that one. I also have here Dami Gold is saying good morning. Our dearest Fuad Sahid, right? I think we've taken this already. I think that's Tamdola from Alaba. I also have here Frederick Morka on Facebook. Good morning, Fuad and Sandra. All the people coming on air for the past week are making the airways unbearable. A month ago, notice was passed about this protest. Nothing till date. Now they are going out. They are going about doing anti-protest, addressing unknown groups and CLUs, yet not addressing the issue. Who are the people organizing these anti-protests? Let's know them also. Okay. I also have here Isaiah Kumui. Separating the wheat from the shaft. I agree with former SGF Lawal on the urgent need for the president to persuasively articulate his policies and programs to Nigerians. Macho talking has never worked and won't work now. Isaiah from Isaiah Kumui on Facebook. Also have Ola Ahmed is saying a presidential candidate that didn't honor any debate can't and won't do any media session with the people he is ruling. And that's Ola Ahmed's, his own thoughts there as regards that. Let's take this phone call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sandra.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Gafwad.
Morning.
Thank you very much. My name is Lawal. I'm calling from Fᴜʟᴜ.
Yes,
right,
you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you, my brother. When I say our problem is spiritual, you see people don't agree to understand me. Ogaba on Sunday, I tried to call for political roundup. I'm not talking enough. Look at the honorable, look at what he's saying. The patient that they do this actually it's all over the world. My dear brother, where in the country, where in the world? I want to be able to tell me where in the world, where to stay very close to the people like this, where they are leaders living large openly. I want to be able to tell me these are the things. I think we are not in the condition before. If Giovanni goes to Alegbemi, same goes to me now. It's very difficult for Baba to return us to Buhari the thing. It's very difficult there after that same party. I don't know where I go from you. These are the things I say, my brother. It's well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution. And that's the last phone call we can take for this morning. We still have quite a number of messages here. This is from Ola in Lagos. If the federal government really wants to clear the rots in the NNPCL, they should remove Mele Kyari and replace him with Bubamara or Professor Oyedele to sanitize the NNPCL. And that's Ola from Lagos sharing that one. I also have greetings to you, Sandra. Well, last for me, we don't need any advice from the president because they have ruined our economy with their luxury, embezzlement, and exploitation lifestyle. And this protest must take place because there's no job, and multinational companies that employ thousands of people are folded. No fuel, no food security. Please tell me, what has the president done in the last 1 year? It's just all about pain, crime, and suffering. Others must go on that will fight for our right. Thank you. My name is Dan P. from Igondo, sharing that one. I also have here, good morning to the beautiful people of Milan FM. The advice for this government to do the right thing by Lawal is long overdue because this government has beaten more than it can chew. Apart from destroying the economy through obnoxious policies, the style of appointment has equally done a heavy blow. He has used his appointment to promote mediocrity and ethnic. This government has destroyed the little that's left of Nigeria's national unity. They have taken Nigeria 300 years back, and I fear if the country will be able to recover. Land focus for today on Mainland 98.3 FM. My sincere apologies if we're not able to take your messages or your phone calls, but of course, time isn't usually a friend of ours on this show. However, tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow also happens to be 1st of August, the day where the protest may or may not happen. So we have open forum by 1 p.m. It's 2 hours of, just you giving us situation reports from your location as regards whether or not the protest is holding. We'll also be having, varying programs across the day as regards giving you updates as regards all of the happenings, in different parts of the country, not just Lagos. We have correspondents in Abuja, Ogun State, Ondo. We have in Rivers State. We have in Plateau. So we have in Imo. So we're going to be getting, reports from all of these people, and we'll be keeping you abreast as regards how it is going across the country as regards the planned protest, whether it would hold, whether it would not hold, and what is going to be happening. And also today being Wednesday, the big talk comes up by 10 a.m. We'll be talking about poverty and the weaponization of it as well. Also by 1 p.m. we have midweek politics with Said Fuad, Okweyemi Akinyode, and Victor Achibong, looking at the political conversations. And by 4 p.m. Sage Babalola will be in the situation room as we have conversation on the state of the nation. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. My name still remains Omobola Sandra. Thank you very much for your time. Please stay tuned.